Hi, I'm Shannon Motter, and I'm the Director of Library Services for Northland Pioneer College. I'm going to show you some quick ways of finding images for a class project, some kind of personal project, or for some courses. It is actually illegal to just go on and take a screenshot of images you find online. Those are someone else's creation, and they own the copyright to that. But there are ways of finding really great images. So I'm going to start you out on our guide. This is at npc.liveguides.com/open/access/guide/art. So you can see it right here. On this guide, I have the art and images. All of these things on here are free resources. These for arts and images, a great place to start is the Creative Commons page. As you can see on this page, there are other places that have open access of their art material. And this is very common for government agencies or for museums. They'll provide free access to what they are able to provide access to. If we go to the Creative Commons search, which you could go to Google and just search Creative Commons and click on the CC search tab, you can do a search here. We're going to do dog, popular search, right? On the left-hand side, it's going to give us a range of possible types of licenses or public domain. So public domain means that it was actually, it's gone beyond the time period that we hold copyright for a piece, like an artwork or a movie or something like that. So you can do public domain. So this is public domain here. If I click on that, these are things that are in the public domain. If you want something that, if you don't like those, for example, the next closest free is CC0. These are things that the creator of the image is they want to put it as close to public domain as possible. So they've given up most of the rights to the image. That means that you can make a work based on it. You can use it in commercial things. You can use it in a lot of different ways. So you can see on these, it's telling you those same symbols. If you don't find what you're looking for, there are other licenses as well. BY, by the little person. This means that they want attribution, but you can use it. That's pretty free as well. They just want to make sure. And actually, for all of these, you have to do the attribution. The attribution is basically where you say where you got it. The BYSA, that means share alike. So if they're sharing it freely with you, that means that if you're going to use the image, you have to also use it in the same way. You can't restrict it in a more restrictive way. Non-commercial NC, that means that companies cannot use these in their advertising. And it's kind of a little bit tricky sometimes because if a nonprofit was doing it for to raise money, that's probably that could be considered commercial. But if a company is doing it for something free, that's non-commercial. So it's really the intent, the way that you're using the material, that determines if it violates the NC. The ND, that means non-derivative. That means that if you say you had this dog image, you couldn't make a different image based upon that and make some kind of artwork based on that. So you couldn't do like a painting of this. They don't want you to use it for some other purpose. That would have the equal sign on it. And then of course you can combine these. So you can combine these different licenses in different ways. So this, if you pick the one down here, right here, this one would be non-commercial and share alike. And then the last one would be non-commercial and non-derivative. So you can choose different kinds of licenses for whatever you're trying to make. And down here, there's other ways of limiting these to give you a different kind of image. So maybe you want a photograph or an illustration, you want something from a museum, certain file types and so forth. So this is a great way to find those images. When you place these into your document, you're going to want to put a link to where you got them. And if it was by John Smith, you're going to want to put, if it said share alike, you would have CCBYSA, and you could just copy the image. You can actually download that image for for that. So there's places you can go online. You can actually download the same images to place on yours, like they do here. And then you would put a link to where you got that. And that's how you're supposed to use images in a course. It's even preferable if you do that in a closed course, just in case. In a closed course, you are protected by the Teach Act and fair use. So as long as it's a locked course where either virtually where no one can sign in but the people that are in a class, or if it's in a face-to-face class, you can use images. It's much more free in those, but we still want you to put the attribution so that people know where you got it, then they can go and find